entering into the great tribulation period, which will be a time of trouble such as the world has never seen. Some time ago, Mrs. McGee and I'm reading through the Bible by J. Vernon McGee. This is McGee and not me. We're at the Los Angeles airport. We were at the Los Angeles airport to take a morning flight to Florida. We always go early to have breakfast at the airport. While we were waiting, a big 747 was getting ready to go to the Hawaiian Islands. There was a fine looking Marine Corps fellow there with his pretty wife and a precious little boy, but they looked so sad. A few minutes later, when it came time to board the plane, they stood up. The father put his arms around them both, and uh, and they just wept. Then he picked up his bag and disappeared through the gate. It was a departure. It was an apostasia, a removal. The young wife picked up the baby and slowly walked back to the escalator, tears running down her face. My heart went out for her, like a life would be hard for her now. I couldn't help but think that that is the way it will be for the world. When the church departs, many people will be glad to see us go. The liberals will be glad to get rid of us. There will be rejoicing, but they do not realize how hard uh, it will be for them. They are going to enter the great tribulation period. The second thing which must happen is that the man of sin be revealed and the son of perdition. When is revealed, the great tribulation period has already begun. There is a called Here he is called the man of sin. John calls him the Antichrist. John is the only one who uses the term, by the way. The Antichrist has about 30 different titles in the Bible. He is a subject of the Old Testament. He is going to be Satan's man. This is the man who will put the Roman Empire back together, and he will finally become a world dictator. He is going to to deceive the world. He could be in our midst today, but he won't be able to appear in power or reveal who he is until after the Great Tribulation period begins. Paul tells us more about him in verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God and that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 4. One of his claims will be that he is God. In Revelation 13, we find that the beast out of the sea, the Antichrist, brings together Western Europe, and he will put it back together again. When he does this, he will show himself as God. The world will think that he is Christ. That is the big lie. Verse 5. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things. Second Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 5. Paul hadn't hesitated to talk about these things. Some say that a preacher shouldn't dwell on these topics. Well, Paul did. Paul says, when I was with you, I told you about them. And so that concludes this section. Might want to point out, I thought it was interesting that he is showing himself that he is God. And so uh, I'm wondering if the Antichrist himself is even deceived and thinks that he is trying to convince himself that